So Iron Man from the Marvel Legends Secret Wars wave is here, and his kit is looking pretty damn sweet so far. He's offering some pretty good stuff, and let's take a closer look, unbox this bad boy, and see what he has to offer us. Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we'll be diving into the new Iron Man, aka Tony Stark, Marvel Legends figure from the Secret Wars wave, right? This figure features Tony Stark in his 80s armor. I believe it is the Mark IV, and it comes from the 6-figure set that includes other figures like Spider-Man, Wolverine, Beyonder, Titania, right? So pretty good set overall that comes with Iron Man so far. Now, in terms of the packaging, you can see here that it comes in a window-based retro sort of style packaging, right? It's pretty good in terms of the window. You can kind of see everything very easily. On the back side here, you can kind of get a background of the figure, see some details in terms of the background, and also the other 5 figures that come with the set. Some information about the medallion and kind of the accessories it comes with. But overall, it's a really good sort of package in terms of display, setup, and really gives you a good viewership of what the actual set comes with. Now, moving on to the unboxing portion of the video, I'm going to go ahead and kind of pull this package out here from the actual retro box, right? Pretty easy. You can just kind of just like break it apart from the sides and then just pull the plastic right out. So nothing to it, right? Now, in terms of the actual layout, again, this is a really good layout in terms of what you can see here, right? How all of the accessories are symmetrical, and you don't have to really guess what they are, right? So what we'll do next is kind of pull Mr. Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, out of his packaging here and take a closer look, right? First glance at his design looks amazing so far. You do see a little unevenness from the eye socket here, like the white doesn't look too bad at all. The blue repulsor array looks really good in terms of paint application. You can see the white little embossed sort of circles there. Really good muscle definition and sort of cuts and lines on the mold throughout a lot of the body, right? And also, just like if you look at the feet and the boots, horizontal lines and streams on there look really well defined and pretty symmetrical in terms of how they create the lines. Muscle tone, again, can be seen really well on the side and on the back pretty easily. I'll also see the horizontal lines on the underwear sort of armor there, right? But the paint applications and the sheen coloring, the look and feel of the design looks just amazing, right? It really stands out well. There's not a lot of break or sort of unbolts like paint throughout the actual body. Looks pretty sheen and really clean and well delivered overall. Next, let's take a closer look at the accessories that Iron Man comes with. So first, we'll start off with these like blaster black colored effects, right? These are really cool because you can see translucent coloring here. Really good design in terms of the actual mold itself and how it looks like a flame that's, post being blasted out of his actual blaster, right? It does connect to the blaster, which I kind of show you in a minute, but the actual molding and design of it looks pretty good. This is the actual blaster itself that I was just referring to, right? Really good in terms of all the lines on the mold, right? You can see it's very symmetrical and very clean from the vertical lines, horizontal, and just the way it looks in terms of how it's been delivered. And really like that old retro style look to it, and really clean sort of powerful blaster look, right? Doesn't look too weak in terms of size and scale of it. So really good job there from Hasbro Marvel Legends. Next up is this really funky pair of roller skates, right? Roller skating was really popular in the 80s, so it was a really nice callback to the figure and how these can actually attach to Iron Man's feet, right? Really good design here in terms of how it's been delivered, because it is really retro and does like sort of like that bottom part of the shoe, right? Tires don't move, wheels themselves don't move or anything like that, which is fine, it's for display purposes, but looks really good in terms of the color, and that sheen really matches the armor really well, right? In terms of the hand mold, this is his open hand mold here. This is to hold the actual blaster, which we'll dive into shortly, but really good look in terms of the actual hand mold itself. Good lines, good sheen coloring. Fingers were delivered really well, and just really like the way it looks, right? Next up are the repulsor hand molds. These are really cool because, again, this is his classic sort of like repulsor ray blasts that he fires, right? So really good here in terms of the molding itself, right? You can see how the fingers are positioned very well in an open form, right? And how they don't look too robotic, which is good. Looks more natural and really clean to me in terms of the lines and delivery, right? Up next will be the actual repulsive ray accessories. Now these connect to the hand motion that I just shown, and these look really good from a translucent standpoint, right? Nice color fading from the sort of glacier white into the blue, right? It's more classic in terms of his repulsor ray. And this is kind of, you can see here how it connects very easy. You just kind of plop the repulsor ray to the actual hand mold, and really functions, looks really good when displayed, right? So really good accessory there. Now I'll quickly show you just the how the blaster connects to the open fist hand mold, right? So again, just single hand mold, just plop it on here, holds it really well, doesn't feel loose or anything. Joint doesn't move, which is good. And it won't fall off. So really good, solid pair of accessories there. And here is the medallion, right? The hologram medallion, right? So you can see here Tony Stark, right? If you shift sort of like downwards and then back to Iron Man if you shift up, right? So really good there. And again, you can open this up just like all the other 5 characters, and you can replace the medallion with this Secret Wars 40th anniversary one, right? So it looks pretty good. I really like the hologram because it just stands out very well. So overall, really great pair of accessories or set accessories for Iron Man so far. Next, moving on to Iron Man's articulation, let's take a closer look at what his body mold can do. Right now, in terms of head movement, he does have good rotation here, side to side all the way. Front tilt and front and back is a little bit, not too much. Side tilt also just not as strong as I'd like to be, but does good rotation to the side. Laterals are good, does a full 180 degrees there. Has some good lines in terms of the cleanliness of it and stay straight. Good full arm rotation forward and back here on the shoulders. In terms of the elbow joints here, folds at the full 90 degree pretty easily, snaps forward and back without any issues there. There is some good bicep rotation here. Not full movement, but get a good amount of flow there. Good wrist movement actually as well, just like Captain America. So you can move the wrist up and down a little more, or rather around, a lot more easier than a lot of other figures. So really good rotation and movement there. Now in terms of the ab crunch, she does get some good range of motion here, moving forward and also back. Back not as much, but gets good range of motion moving forward, right? So good ab crunch there. Good rotation here at the waist as well. You can do a full 360 if you want to, so that's really good. Now in terms of the legs and lower area, the split gets around here, so not as far, which is pretty common, not too bad. Good hip rotation, or rather upper thigh rotation there, which is good. Also full 90 degrees here in terms of the leg raises, right? It doesn't move back because he got the underwear issue here on the armor, but good 90 degree sort of bend forward. But again, it cannot move back really that much, right? Now in terms of the calf area, good sort of bending at the knees. It does crunch a little bit, so you got to move it a little hard. But I think once a couple of times or tries, it'll be good, right? Good toe, rather ankle movement here. Good movement up, but doesn't really have good movement down, right? You can see there. So again, movement up is pretty decent. Moving down is okay. But doesn't get a bigger range of motion as I would have liked. Right, quick backside here. Again, you see ab crunch, but overall good articulation. It seems like there's a lot you can actually do with it. Thanks for joining today, guys, as we took a closer look and unboxed the Iron Man Mark IV Classic Armor from the Marvel Legends Secret Wars wave. This is a really good figure, in my opinion. Will look great with your Secret Wars collection, and not just the collection, but just your Iron Man and Avengers, especially West Coast. Right, really good figure overall, nice accessories, nice paint job, everything across the board. So really good job by Hasbro Marvel Legends, and it is available now. Pretty easy to get. And let me know in the comments what really stands out to you and whether or not you plan on picking him up. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button for more content and the coolest Marvel figures around. Until next time, folks, keep on collecting.